In Utah's heart, where red rock stands, a canvas painted by divine hands, layers of sandstone warm and bright whisper stories in the cold dark night. Canyons carved by river's grace, a master's sculpture in a timeless place. Buttes and arches, brush and sand, sunshine bakes the endless land. Dusty trails where the wild winds blow, in this rugged beauty from so long ago. From towering cliffs to valleys wide, in Utah's heart, we begin our ride. Starting in the late 1800s, the Manitou Incline was a cable railway used to transport supplies and passengers up towards the summit of Pikes Peak, climbing over 2,000 feet in less than a mile. After a rock slide in 1990, the tracks were replaced by a staircase of railroad ties. It attracts people of all sorts, from, well, me, to members of nearby military bases, as well as finely tuned Olympic athletes training in Colorado Springs. While my friend Jim put the finishing touches on his bike for our Moab adventure, Toni and I made our way up the mountain. And a few steps in, I was already in trouble. All right, we've gotten to 800 steps. There's over 2,700. And it looks like it's getting steeper. Is it? You think it's getting steeper? We're gonna make it. It is getting distinctly steeper. Wow. Yeah. We started down there. How tempting this is. We got 1,000 more steps. Or we could just go down there. $2,000. All right, we passed 2,200. The end is in sight. We think, but it looks like the most steepest section is coming up. 2,500. We're less than 200 steps. Wow. Here's an adventure for you. Just for the record, a woman started with us and has gone up and down twice. And yes, she ran down the stairs in addition to up the stairs. Wild. Really? We made it. High five. Woohoo!
path.
It's like a highway.
This is a really wide bike lane. How you doing? cool trail. Don't take a right turn. That's Arch's way out there. We might as well be on the surface of the moon right now. This is an incredibly cool little bike trail. It goes all the way along the highway to Moab. 8 miles.
All right, 3 quick takeaways. You know, you gotta have 3. I don't know why. Nobody's ever explained to me, but you know, 1's not enough, 2's not enough, 3's the right number, 4's too many. 3 points. My first point is actually a healthy mindset point. It's on my list, but this trip was a perfect example of that. Get yourself around good people. It's that simple. Jim and Toni are 2 of the finest people I know. They're just good people. They're kind and generous and gracious people. They've raised kids that are upstanding, fantastic people in their own right. You know, Jim's a dear friend of mine. I've known him for years and years. We work together. I doubt there's anyone I have learned more from through my career than Jim. He's a friend, but also a mentor and somebody that I really, really look up to. He had that amazing ability as a businessman to get incredible results while at the same time respecting people and caring for them. You want to ask me what the biggest thing missing in the business world today? It's that. You can get a lot done by banging your fist on tables and commanding people all over the place. was amazing to me that Jim would get unbelievable results, and at the same time he had high morale. People love to work for him. I say past tense because he's retired as well, but just a good guy. And his wife is a sweetheart. She is a force to be reckoned with. Great people. Love to be around him. You know, I can hear the voice of my dad talking about choosing your friends wisely because they rub off on you. And, you know, what do you want rubbing off on you? Good stuff or bad stuff? Pretty simple. Second takeaway, you know, Moab has been on my list for years. It's kind of this magical place. I was going to go out there earlier, and I just thought, oh man, that, you know, time's passing, and I'm not going to be able to squeeze it in. So I called Jim one night, and I was telling him that, and he said, "What are you talking about? Just come out, let's go." And within about 5 minutes, you know, he and his wife had kind of mapped out a trip, and and we did it. We did it. And I'm so glad because it's a huge area, and it's kind of overwhelming to get a feel for it. And, you know, we were there 3.5 days. We crammed a lot into that time. But I think what it's left me with is, well, there's just a lot more to see. And so I'm definitely going to go back. My point 3 is actually, it's not really a point, it's a request. I know there's a lot of cyclists up here, and I know there's a lot of adventurous people that have been out in that area, and I would love advice on what you were able to see and ride and experience, and even, you know, the good, bad, and the ugly. Maybe there's things you would have done differently. We were standing up on a bluff, looking out at this canyon that was just awe-inspiring, and then we saw this trail meandering through the landscape. We come to find out it's called the White Rim Trail. And just briefly last night, I started looking at YouTube videos. Yes, it's super popular. I think it's between 100 and 120 miles. If you've ever done that, I would really like to hear what you thought. I'm going to leave my email address. In fact, I'm going to leave 2 email addresses because one of them I'm hearing is not working right now. If you would like to correspond and share some of your thoughts or direct me to material or videos or whatever, I'm all ears because I would really love to get back out there. Maybe as soon as next spring. It's just inspiring and phenomenal. So, well, I'm on the long ride back east to Delaware. Waze says it's going to be, 22 more hours. I'm not doing it all in one shot. What's next? Winter is right around the corner. So what does that mean? Yeah, I'm probably going to head south back to Florida. I'm not exactly sure what. My buddy Kevin, who you've seen in other videos, is he's got a bunch of ideas, and so going to get back down there. So stay tuned for that. If you made it this far, as always, I super appreciate you. I don't take your time for granted, and so thanks a ton. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Take care of yourself, love one another, and I'll see you in the next video.